Hey guys, this is Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, it's Monday afternoon and it's after 5 o'clock and we're working on something here. So what we've done is we're back at the corporate offices of Heritage Farms, Texas, and we have the 1955 Chevy. We finally got it running. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but this is the one where we've had all kinds of issues with fuel pumps. All the way down here, we have to replace the fuel pump. Last year we got it running, then we had a leak in a steel braided phone line or fuel line, which is very strange, but hey, we got it running. We're letting it go here for a few minutes. We're getting ready to take it out on a maiden voyage. Here's the sad news. This thing, here it is, October 14th, and this vehicle has been moved once all year long. Shame on me. I've been spending too much time at the farm. That's my fault. I own it. But not anymore. We got my baby back on the road. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm liking it. She's idling. I'm letting her warm up a little bit here, and then here in a few minutes we're going to take her out for a little spin and you guys get to come along. Of course, it's not a beautiful day. A little bit of drizzle, cooler temperatures. Feels like fall and autumn is in the air. I hate to get her rained on, but the reality is this is the first chance I've had to get her on the road. So what's the postman saying? Rain, sleet, snow, or hail? Somebody's gonna deliver the mail? Well, this is the day that I have. This is the day that the Lord has made. And this is the day that the 55 Chevy is coming back to life. I'm just tickled to death that I've got her running, and we're gonna take her for a ride here, so let's get going. Hopping on in here, guys. Let's take a look around. Oh man, so you can see all the gauges and everything associated with it. I'm gonna reach over here, fasten my safety device, so you guys bear with me 1 second while we get all situated. And then we're gonna hit the road. I like how these things have under the vent dash, so when you're riding down the road on a day like this at 55 miles an hour, you get a nice little breeze blowing, which I can't say enough about that. Seat belts fastened, the B&M Hurst shifter. Look at that big back seats. Boy, this was the place to make out if you were a youngster. Let's see how she runs. This thing's a hot rod, man. It's a 350. It's got a angled heads on it. Runs on high octane fuel. Big Elderbrock Dominator intake manifold. Also has a big Holley double pumper 650 on it. High cam, high compression. This is a pretty bad little car, man, but we're gonna take it easy today because this thing hasn't been driven in almost a year now, so we're going to take some time and just warm it up, and we're not going to do anything drastic here. The last thing I want is to be walking home on a day like this with my car stranded on the side of the road, so we're just out cruising today. Next few weeks, man, we may take it out somewhere and burn a little rubber and show you what this guy will do. It is a joy to drive, and let me tell you, if you need your hair parted, this car will part it, man. You step on that accelerator, this thing will slide the paint back about 4 inches and make you cry like a little baby. But anyway, that's a different day, not today. Today, we're just gonna cruise this thing around, get it broken into, see if the brakes work, make it down the road, and just enjoy this day for what it is. Our first maiden voyage in over a year of the 1955 Chevy Bel. When this car first came out, my dad was restoring antique cars and hot rods, and him and his buddies were traveling the country going to car shows. And I found this car in Oklahoma, or just outside of Tulsa, on a business trip, and I purchased it and brought it home, and it was a great project that my dad and I got to spend some quality time together and build, and it was just one of the most enjoyable times in my life. And so this car has a lot of sentimental value, just means the world to me. At the time I found this car, we brought it home. It had a 6-cylinder engine in it. We did a complete frame-off restoration. At the time, Hot Rod Magazine was doing a 6-month article called Shoebox Chevy. And they were about 3 months ahead of us, but whatever Hot Rod Magazine did on Shoebox Chevy, we did the exact same thing. So when they listed the motor, the transmission, the motor mounts, the drop spindles, the brakes, the transmission, yada, 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 whatever they did, guess what, guys? We copied it. We borrowed the same playbook, and that's what made this such a nice restoration, man. So, because those guys are experts, and whatever they can come up with, I mean, kudos to them. It just made our job a little bit easier, sped up our installation. But we took this frame off, had the frame, the rolling chassis perfect, put it all back together. The body was put on a rotisserie where it was painted top, bottom, inside out. I mean, there's not a speck of rust on this car. And man, it's got what, 5,150 miles on it since the restoration. And I just love this car. I mean, it just has a tremendous amount of sentimental value, and it means the world to me to get this thing back on the road, because honestly, we have wasted a lot of time not having this thing running, and we got to fix that. So I'm just tickled to death to have her back on the road. I just hate that it took this long to make it happen. But I've been so busy at the farm. I've been traveling so much on work. I mean, you don't get home some nights till midnight from the airport, and then you're turning right around getting ready for the weekends and leaving Friday nights to go to the farm and work the ranch, and then coming back Sundays. And man, it's just seems like the world is spinning faster and faster. And sometimes these old cars, you got to really spend some time and effort in them to keep them running, keep them going. And I'm just tickled to death that I finally got this one back on the road. And we'll follow up here shortly with the 1948 Ford. It's been running for a little while, but both of these cars need a little time and effort and money thrown at them. You know, things change, technology changes, you can make them more drivable, and I think you just got to do it, and you have to make time to do it. And not only that, but it's fun. I mean, if the weather's nice and they're running well, get them out and drive them. I mean, I think one of the worst things you can do is have these old cars sitting in a garage somewhere and never firing them up or taking them out on the road. So that's what I'm doing. That's my challenge to myself, is to, hey, get your butt in gear and get these cars out and drive them. Otherwise, they're going to sit there and ruin, and it's just not worth it. So, and plus, I owe it to my dad, man. He worked so hard on this car with me and put in so many hours. We have got to keep this car going, so it's a heirloom to the family, and something that could be around forever, and my daughter's generations to come, and everything else. So anyway, guys, little break from Heritage Farms, Texas. We're cruising in the 1955 Chevy Bel Air, and I'm so excited. This thing has literally been mothballed almost 2 years now with miscellaneous issues, and I got it back on the road, got it running, and we're gonna make this thing happen, and see if we can have some fun with it. So you guys stick around. There'll be more videos coming. If you like what you see, leave a comment, man. What was your favorite car growing up? Do you have a childhood memory of one of your favorites? If so, hey, tell us the story, man. Leave us a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and let's go from there. Hey, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Excited to have this bad boy back on the road. Ooh, got a little brake grab right there. Hadn't used the brakes very much, but hey, it is what it is. watching. Really appreciate the support. And this is Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas, and we're signing off.